I just filmed this whole fucking thing and it wasn't recording. This was my best Name That Song yet. And now I have to recreate it. Challenge accepted.
I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? No, really. I can open your eyes. Take you wonder by wonder. Over, sideways, and under. On a magic carpet ride. A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view.
That's enough of that. It's never enough of that. Let's be totally honest here. Alrighty, bruisers. Let's do this. What the fuck am I doing? Hey guys, it's Zoe, and today we're going to be going to a whole new world. I am going to be talking about 5 of my favorite fantasy worlds. Now, I had originally decided on 10, but then looking at my shelves, I see more than 10 that I really love. So I might do this in a couple different parts. I might do one every few months talking about new favorite worlds. I don't know, but I'm going to stick with 5 of my favorite worlds. We are gonna get the most obvious one out of the way first. This is the world of Hogwarts in Harry Potter. My lovely Harry Potter shelves that are kind of empty right now because I haven't finished them yet. Anyways, I love everything about this world. I love the magic system. I love the setting. Everything is perfect. It will forever be my favorite world. If I could go to any of these, I would go to Hogwarts. Mostly because, spoiler alert, Voldemort's dead. And there's probably some education happening at Hogwarts now that Harry, Ron, and Hermione are out of Hogwarts. But probably not because their kids are still there. If you have been living under a rock for the last, what, 20 years now? Sorry for the spoiler, first of all. Second of all, Hogwarts is the main setting of Harry Potter, all 7 books. It's the school they go to. Do I really need to be saying this? Probably not, but we're gonna do it anyways. It's set in Scotland, and it honestly is just perfect in every possible way. Where did my list go? I wrote all this shit down, so I don't have to remember, but I don't know where the list went. Let's go find it. Right on the desk where I left it. What a novel concept. What a concept. Anyways, I got it here. I wrote it on receipt paper from work because it was slow and I needed something to do. So I scheduled my whole day and my videos. The next, I'm gonna leave that right there where I can find it. I'm gonna forget in 5 minutes, aren't I? Where's the next one? Son of a mother's lover. I didn't organize you yet. That's why you're all out of order. The next world is one that I haven't really talked about. I've talked about the books, but not about the world itself too much. But if you've been on my channel for quite a bit, you will know this is one of my favorite series. And this one is the world of the Parasol, Protectorate, the Finishing School, and the Custard Protocol series by Gail Carriger. I will forever stan this entire world. It's amazing. I could be wrong right now because I'm not 100% remembering, but the first series I think is set in the 1850s. This is in the 1870s, and the third one is in the 1890s. And it's a world similar to ours, but just a touch different. There is this thing called, I think it's pronounced Aether. I've never listened to the audiobooks, so like, I don't know, and I've never really looked it up. Anyways, it's these particles in the air that have things run a little bit differently, so things like electricity don't work. So this is very much a steampunk world. Not only that, but vampires and werewolves and soulless people exist. The main character of this series, Alexia, is soulless. Kind of obvious here, but like, which means, you guessed it, she doesn't have a soul. So her touch negates any sort of supernatural thing. If she touches a vampire, poof, he's human. Until she doesn't touch him anymore, and then he's back to being a vampire. Same thing with werewolves. It's very much Victorian England, and I am a hoe for Victorian England. I love this series for the most part, for the writing, for the humor, for everything, but the world is so well crafted. I'm always super impressed when an author can create a world that is so perfect that 3 series later, I'm still not tired of it, and this is definitely one of them. I really like how all 3 series are set in different decades, so you get to kind of follow the world as it grows and changes, from politics to fashions to every little thing in between. The next one is one that really hurts my soul because I've ranted about the last book in the series multiple times, but this one is the world of Queen of the Tearling. Don't remember what it's called. Is it just like it's the Tearling, but I don't know if it actually has a name. Not 100% sure, but unlike the first two, this one is not set in our world. I don't know why I picked this one because it's super hard to explain without spoiling anything. Basically, the world that this is in, there's not really a name given for it, but the country that they are in is the Tearling. It's set 300 years after a group of people sailed away from a decaying world and modern technology and whatever that entails to find a whole new world. Now, 300 years later, shit's hit the fan. The one country is trying to take over, and that country is ruled by someone known as the Red Queen, and she is not a nice person to say the least. She's power hungry. She'll stop at nothing. She will kill your friends and family to show you her love. Da 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 da. Yeah. I don't even know what I said. 4 countries, one trying to take over the world, ruled by a crazy person, and the other 3 have to like pay homage to this 4th one because they said so. Something about like resources and shit, and they have the ability to rule the world, but aren't gonna do it in a nice way because why would you do that? I don't know. There is a bit of a magic system involved here that I don't 100% remember because I suck ass, and I probably should have reread this before I started this video. I don't know why I did this to myself because it wasn't really until the 2nd book when we learn more about the world that I really fell in love with it and the idea and the concept, because you learn a lot more in the 2nd book and then more in the 3rd book before it all goes to shit in the last couple chapters because cop out. Why not? I love this world. Honestly, I want to say so much about it, but it'll spoil the whole damn thing. Let's move on to the next one. Where did this come from? Where the fuck did you come from? Oh my god, hi. MacLeod, there you go. The 3rd world that I am absolutely in love with is one that is really different from most fantasy that I've ever read. More different than the type that I'm usually drawn to, and I wasn't really 100% sure about it going into it, but I ended up loving it by the end. This book is Promise of Blood by Brian McClellan. Don't know what the actual world is called, but the main country is Adro? I think it's Adro. I listened to the audiobook last summer. Don't remember. What makes this one super different is there's guns. Most fantasy worlds don't have guns as the main weapon. There is a magic system. There are people called powder mages where basically they snort some shit, they get real fucking high, and then it's like superpowers. Yes, it's addicting. Yes, it's killing them, but superpowers. The book starts in the immediate aftermath of a bloody coup, and the world is kind of falling the fuck apart. They try to overthrow the rulers to have the lower class, the poorest citizens rise up, take over, and equality and justice for all that fun stuff. And the whole world is over the status quo of the rich having a lot, the poor having nothing, so let's kill everyone. It kind of sets into motion some really bad shit involving some gods that everybody thinks is dead, but apparently they're coming back, but like, does anybody actually believe that? It's definitely not a lighter, fluffier, happier world. People are really sick of shit. If your soldiers and your military type people are getting really high to actually do their job, are you doing it right? Don't think so. But who am I to judge? There's nothing really that I can pinpoint about why I loved it so much. It was just a feeling I had when I was reading it of being sucked in and holy shit, this world is real. And it's one of those ones that kind of stuck with me for a while after I read it. I was thinking about it, I was thinking about the world, I was thinking about the consequences of everything that was happening. I kind of need to finish the series so I can like get it out of my head, because every once in a while I'll still think about it. Can somebody explain to me why the fuck I decided this video would be a good idea when I actually can't put into words why I love these things and like can't really pinpoint it without giving spoilers? Man, I just don't know. Anyways, next one. 1, 2, 3. How many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. We'll go with this one. This last one is one of my absolute favorite series. I don't hear anybody talking about it. This world is one of my favorites. The concept is just so perfect in every possible way. This one I actually know the name of. The world is called Renthia, and this series is the Queens of Renthia series by Sarah Beth Durst. This first one is the Queen of Blood, and it's just so perfect. So the basic concept around this one is that every little thing has a spirit inside of it. All of the trees, all of the grass, all of the rocks, all of the streams, everything has a spirit. The only downside, just like a tiny little thing that's going wrong here, is that all of these spirits hate humans and want to kill them all. The upside is that there are people who can kind of control the spirits and stop them from harming humans, but the only person who can control all of them is the queen. And what I really like about this is the queen isn't just a blood heir or whatever. Every so often there are trials, and anybody who can control these spirits has the opportunity to do the trials and join the academy. My battery died and I totally lost track of what I was saying, but I think I was saying that they have the opportunity to do the trials and then go to the academy where they can learn more than just their innate ability to control these spirits. The people who go through this academy to like the very end, and then there's this one final trial to determine who is going to be the heir to the queen. So that is essentially how it's supposed to work, but we jump into this world when some of the spirits start fighting back and they're not quite under control anymore, and we don't really know why. Everything about this is so well crafted, the entire world. Like the last one, it just pulled me in and I think about it often, and I just love the concept behind it. Like most fantasy books, it's a concept that really could have flopped. It's a great idea. If it wasn't well executed, it would have been garbage, but it wasn't. It was fantastic. I am 1,000,000% in love with this world. One final thing before we're done here. I think I've mentioned it somewhere. I don't remember. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it in a video, but I do have a Spotify playlist for all of these songs for Name That Song. I will link that down below and I'll leave it linked in every video now. If you have ever wondered what a song was or wasn't quite sure or just want to go listen to it, I have a playlist of every song that I've used for Name That Song, the full non-sped up versions. And I try to update it after a day or two of the video being out so people do have the chance to guess, and then they can go see if they were right if I forgot to respond to comments like I do sometimes because life just gets overwhelming. Sorry about that. I'll try to be better. Anyways, let me know down below in the comments if you've read any of these and what you think about these worlds and what some of your favorite worlds are. Or if that is too much, just leave a couple hearts down below, preferably purple ones because that is my favorite color. As always, to stay updated with my current reads and how I'm feeling about them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, all at Your Book Nerd Zoe, which I will leave linked down below in the description box. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day and get at least a little bit of uninterrupted reading time. See you next time.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your